Welcome back to another episode of DNC Reviews. I am Arjun. As you know, we also have host Seung and Ronan with us, and today we are doing a review of Juice WRLD's new album titled Legends Never Die. So let's get right into it. What are everyone's favorite and least favorite tracks on this thing?
All right, I'll go first. My favorite is the one with Trippie Redd, the one called I think "Tell Me You Love Me," and my least favorite, I can't specify one song. The one thing I don't like about this album, and it's kind of because it's like basically Juice WRLD's unused songs they didn't want to show to others, but a lot of these songs sound the same. That was my one problem with this album.
Yeah, I sort of agree with that. I think like they didn't do him justice with this album. Like the last song that he released like by himself before he passed was I think was like the one with NBA Youngboy. Um and that song like what's it called? Bandit. That song. That was a banger. But I think like that song was Juice WRLD like moving away from like the sad like pills drugs type rap, and he was going towards more like this like new direction. And then with the album, instead of I mean obviously the label can't know what he wanted on the album, but they could have done a better job of sort of putting in more songs that had Juice WRLD going in this newer direction, which I actually enjoyed more than his older stuff. Yeah, so my favorite song on this thing, it's either between Up, Up and Away or Man of the Year. Man of the Year is like I don't know. I felt like it was really different. And Up, Up and Away, that like it's just a good song. It's just fire. The melodies are great. His vocals are great. Like the beat is really it's not really there. It's very like spacey, so you can hear him well. And my least favorite track is the one called Hate the Other Side with Marshmello, Polo G, and the Kid Laroi, who I do not like very much. I think that, like, you know how they're trying to market the kid as, like the white Juice World?
Yep.
Like, don't you, like that's so weird. That's really weird to me. I don't know why.
Yeah. Like my problem
I'm
with
not.
the Kid
Yeah,
Laroi is like he's not that unique to me. He sounds like every other SoundCloud upcoming rapper.
yeah. I don't know. Like everyone's like, "Oh, he's like the white Juice World." I'm like, that's so weird to say.
They don't
That
even
is so
sound
weird.
similar. It's maybe because their style probably like similar somewhat.
Yeah. They use
Yeah,
similar instrumentals.
Yeah.
yeah. I've never heard of the kid, and then all of a sudden he's with Internet Money or whatever, and then like he's literally a plant, and that's the other reason why I don't really like him that much. Like the song is okay, Juice WRLD and Polo G they killed it. As soon as he comes on, I just want to turn it off. Like it's just annoying. Like he's like straining his voice for no reason. I'm like, bro, stop. Song, how about you?
All right. So my favorite song was "Life's a Mess" featuring Halsey. Like we talked about this song while calling a few days
Yeah,
ago, but
yeah,
like this type of song that would pop up in your head when you're struggling with your life. Like us as students will be struggling with schoolworks and stuff, but like
yeah.
this song's gonna make you feel better.
Facts, facts, facts.
Yeah. And my least favorite is Tell Me You Love Me featuring Trippie Redd. Sorry,
Oh
Ronan.
shit.
It sounds
Wait,
awkward.
why?
It sounds awkward.
Awkward.
Like
Alright.
like their flow, it's just weird. The beat, so awkward for me. Yeah. That's it.
Man, you hate to see it. There's four like interludes where there's no music and it's just Juice WRLD talking. The last song, which I think is so weird, it's called Juice WRLD Speaks from Heaven.
Is that real?
What what the hell? Like,
No way.
that's so
Dude,
that's
there's
so
like a similar one for X as well. Like where X is
yeah.
saying like hello from heaven as well.
Like for me that's so tacky for some
Yeah.
reason. That's so weird. I feel as if Juice WRLD would not have wanted that at all. I don't know. They should have picked Like people always bragging about how many unreleased songs they have, and out of like 2,000, 3,000 unreleased Juice World songs, they chose these. I don't know. It feels really bad. Like compared to Pop Smoke's album, like 50 Cent did such a good job on that album. Like there were enough like hard hitting like drill beats and songs, and then there was like an R&B auto tune side of Pop Smoke, which I actually really enjoyed. I didn't realize he was like he was that smooth. I actually really like his voice that way. But and they did a really good job. It wasn't too long. Quavo was on it 4 times for no reason, but it's whatever. But for this one, I don't know. It just feels awkward. It just feels like it's like the same thing. Like pills, I'm sad,
Yeah,
like I'm gonna die. It's like, come on, like switch it up,
like
like do something.
Juice World is a certified hit maker, but when you have like songs that can be hits, but they all sound the exact same, and y'all compile them into one album, sounds kind of bad. Like, and I have a kind of a corny joke to this. So I went to the beach today, and I forgot to put on some suntan, and my skin literally describes Juice World's situation. So I
Mm.
want, I don't know if you guys can see my arm, but I want Juice World songs to be as different as this.
Oh shit!
Like I want song one to be, completely different. Song two to be a whole nother thing. Not
Yo,
not the same.
holy!
I was not expecting that. You did not tell us about that. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that this album um suffers from what I call long album disease, especially since he's passed. Like the whole album is in the hands of his manager and his close friends and his girlfriend, I guess. And I really didn't want them to pull like an X where they just threw a bunch of tracks in and did it only for like the cash. And that's not what I'm not saying that they only did it for the cash. Like compared to X's like albums, like this is actually pretty good, but they could have done so much more. Like knowing his ability to freestyle and just like hear a beat for a minute and then be able to just make a whole song in 5 minutes is just like I feel as if there's so much potential that was just like gone. His girlfriend, I saw this on Twitter, like she said that they're expecting like 2 more or 3 more albums after this, and I don't really know if I want that much, you know? Like
It'd be
Mac
pretty
Miller
much the
had
same thing,
Circles. Yeah.
like
It
same
like
meaning and stuff.
people are gonna start hating. Like Pop Smoke had this album. I don't want any more Pop Smoke. Mac Miller had Circles. I don't want any Mac Miller. I feel like Circles was a perfect way to end what was a great career. And I don't know.
They ended X's musical discography or whatever in a really bad way. The last two albums and like after he died, they were not good albums.
Yeah, like they had random unreleased X songs and just slapped like a Lil Wayne feature on it. Like,
Yeah,
what are you doing,
terrible.
man? I on this album, I like track 17, The Man, the Myth, and the Legend, which is the interlude. Like people just talking about Juice World. I thought that was super cool, just compiling all that. I couldn't really identify most of the people. I heard Young Thug, I heard Lil Dicky, I think, but I'm not sure about anyone else. Towards the beginning of the album, there's 2 songs with Marshmello. Like,
I don't
I mean, using a EDM producer is like the easiest way to make a song out of like crappy vocal recordings, like
yeah.
short recordings.
Yeah,
So,
because all you need to do is like a
yeah,
chorus and like
yeah,
5 words for a verse.
yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I liked the second track, Conversations, where Ronnie J was on the beat. Like when I played the second track, I was super hyped because I was like, finally he's gonna do something different. This sounds really weird and not normally like what Juice WRLD would do. And then I hear about the perks. And then and then I'm like, come on, man. I don't know how else to say this because I don't want to be like disrespectful. Like it's a decent album. It's very decent. It set out to do a thing. It had a goal and completed that goal. Like it did what it had to do. I feel like this was more aimed at the fans than it was Juice World progressing as a musician. and that's what makes me like sort of sad because Bandit, man, Bandit was so fire. It was so good, and then we go back to the same old thing. This is the same thing that happened on his first album. It is what it is, you know.
I got
Yeah,
a
like
question.
what's
Let's
that?
say, hypothetically speaking, Drexxx dies tomorrow,
Damn.
and then
Bet.
let's say someone compiles like an album made out of all your like projects that you've been working on, like song recordings and all that. Would that be good or bad?
That would be terrible.
Terrible?
Like for artists, if the label is unsure about what they would want, they should do nothing at all. And I think that's like the golden rule. The last thing that you want to do if you really respect the artist like Juice World or Pop Smoke or Mac Miller, if you really care about them and who they are as a musician and an artist, you wouldn't drop it. Even if you think it's great and the fans will love it. Like what I loved about Mac Miller's album is he was so close to his producer that they were like 90% done with the album and the producer just had to put like the finishing details on it and it was done. And X's album they literally made from scratch, which is like a disaster. So yeah, I think that if you respect the artist at least a little, you wouldn't do anything. A lot of forgettable tracks on here for me. Like Can't Die. They literally just added that track, so you'd be like, "Oh, Juice World, he's passed," and the song is called "Can't Die." Whoa, you know, so many interludes. But for what it was, I did enjoy it to a degree. Like I can see myself playing this, but I cannot see myself playing this like a week from now. But I mean, maybe the music is just not for me. But I can see why people would enjoy this, but it's just not for me.
I think it would have been interesting if they released like single tracks instead of an album, because I feel like people are not enjoying as much as they would have, because some of them, like some of the songs were so similar to each other, like the low key guitar, just talking about Perks, his mentality, like they all sound similar.
Yeah.
So what? How about you just like put diverse musics as like singles
Yeah.
instead of album?
But that's what happens. Like when they try to do that, they end up getting Marshmello.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Bro, this guy
That-
Marshmello is everywhere. He's on Juice World's album. He's like making songs with all these like female pop singers, and he's on Fortnite, bro.
Oh,
Marshmello,
Marshmello's
bro.
for
I
Fortnite players, like little
bro,
kids.
something about Marshmello makes me want to punch him in the face. I don't know. I don't know. Like, can you name one song by Marshmello?
no.
No.
I can't.
No.
He's thinking.
I'm gonna take that as a no. I'm
Yeah.
gonna take that as a no. All right, bet. All right, boys. Shall we do our final opinions and ratings for this album?
But,
All right. Hosong, would you like to start?
all right. So the chorus for all the songs were amazing for me, and I'm impressed with the consistency of quality of them. Even though they're like 15 or 16, like excluding the intro, interlude, and outros. And yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like his flow keeps changing, like making it sound like a freestyle for some of the songs. And yeah, we can't deny the fact that his singing ability as well as his rap skills are amazing. So yeah, the album is 9 out of 10 for me. Yeah.
Yo, Arjun.
I gave Jesus a 9, bro. Hold up. No, wait. So you think that? All right, whatever. This and Jesus.
I'm a big Juice fan. Okay.
All right.
That's
Fair enough. Fair
yeah,
enough.
I'm kind of biased when it comes to Juice WRLD.
I know it's all good, man. I guess I can go next. I think yeah, I totally agree with Hosong. I think that the choruses hit for sure. The beats they're fine. A good selection. Again, just lots of interludes. I hate the kid. I I think that yeah, again, as like what I said before, he could have done so much more. He was moving in a more alternative direction, and the label chose to just ignore that and do all these like in my feelings type songs. But it's fine. Still enjoyable. Only problem is I went through the whole album and I couldn't find a song that I wanted to add to my saved songs, which sort of sucks. But I can definitely see why people enjoy it. It's just not for me, and for that reason, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. Still decent, enjoyable, better than average, but it's just not for me. So yeah.
For me, well, I understand that the record label and all that, and the producers had limited resources of Juice World vocals and all that. I expected that they won't be able to. They couldn't create like an amazing album, and but still, there's some like one problem I have with the album is like they have so many different songs that are interludes. Instead, I feel like they should have compiled them all into like song, like or in like the intro or like the end, so then we could just like get it over with, like while listening. But and like the songs all sound the same, but I feel like I could rediscover them later. I might like go back again and be like, wait, this song's actually really good.
Yeah,
like,
I know exactly what you mean.
Like right now, because I just like when I listened to the album for the first time and I listened to like the 5 of the exact same songs, like consecutive to each other, I was thinking like this is trash. But like when I rediscover them, I'll be like, oh, it's actually kind of good. With that in mind, I'll give it a 5.
Yo. Yo.
You were saying such good things about the album. I thought you were giving like a 7 or an 8.
It's a
No,
straight
for like
5.
this is like my opinion right now, 5, because
I love the beat. I love the
I just
vocals.
know I
I
won't
love
be-
everything about the album, and that's why I'm giving it a 4. It's like-
I don't think I'll be visiting this like some of these songs for now. Yeah.
No, I think that for those reasons, that's totally fair. Cool. Bet Juice WRLD's album, first posthumous album out, came out this past Friday. All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening to this review and watching this on YouTube if you are. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Yeah, look forward to more stuff. We're gonna try to do interviews, but something people don't talk, people don't communicate with us. No shade, but we just got to get our shit together.
I mean,
and then we'll
like I'm in Tokyo, Seung's in South Africa, Arjun's in the east side of the US. So like we all have crazy time zones.
yeah, I'm just waking up. Ronan's going to sleep. Seung's just like he just had lunch. It's weird, but still, yeah. Just look forward to more content. We got interviews, more album reviews. We're gonna try to be up to date with every new album that drops that we think is worth your while to watch and review. And we will also still be doing the throwbacks. And we just put up our channel trailer, so if you want to check that out, that'd be dope. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just look forward to new content. We'll be keeping you up to date on Instagram, all the social media. All the links are in the YouTube. And yeah, cool. Juice WRLD album review. That is it. We are done. Goodbye. I be fly than a bitch, I be fly than a bitch. Please don't talk down on me, got pistola on my hip. I be fly than a bitch, I be fly than a bitch. Please don't talk down.